All right, so you now have all the main features of your game. Now it's just cleaning things up and customizing it. So one thing that I noticed with my background is that it's not quite the size I need it to be. So I went and took my background object and made it bigger, so it covers more area. And then I'm going to find the piece that is just the background image. That's not a color that's there. And I'm going to copy that by pressing Control D and dragging that over. And then back over on this side as well. That way it just goes further. And that's just to avoid any issues of part of the back being seen, just in case. Now, one more thing, that this is an optional thing, but in the tile palettes, there's some like flowers and things that, where if you added those in now, they would make it so when you collide, like they're added to the collision, which makes things a little difficult to work with. Because like you'll run into it and you can't walk through it. So we don't want that. I want to show you right now. Some of you already seen this. I'm going to go to my grid, select that, have that selected, and I'm going to click here where it said tile map. I'm going to create a new tile map from tile palette. I'm going to name this one to be decorations. Decorations. Now, these two tile maps are layered on top of each other, but this second one for decorations doesn't have a collision attached to it. So I can put like little flowers and stuff around things, and it won't affect the collision. This is just to make things a little bit more interesting or, visually engaging in the level. You could also, if you wanted to, go to tile map here and like could erase part of this wall. Then go back to decorations and I can actually redraw that in, but this time it won't have a collision. So you can put a special like hidden health pack in there if you wanted to. But now where I might have run into an issue of like bouncing off the grass, I can now walk through it and walk behind it without an issue. And if we go into the fantasy platformer prompts, static sprites, or animated GIFs, or sprite sheets, you can actually do that same thing here. So in here, there's like torches and stuff like that. So I'm going to grab the small props torch, set up the pixel preview to be 32, point no filter, click apply, slice this out. That works. Select the first one and the last one, drag these in. Say this as an animation. And this is just going to be torch. I can see now that's too small, so I'm going to make that bigger. All right. So I have my torch. I can name that torch. And then I can actually just turn this into a prefab. My torch, put that there. So I can actually just drop in torches wherever I feel like it. Wherever I think it kind of makes, the level look better and seem, more polished. Now the animation isn't quite right after all, so I have to go back in there. That's what I get for assuming things. So I have to go open the sprite editor and I'm going to need to cut this back out. So I actually go in for the sprite editor and it's 32 by 32 by 30 by 32. And then I just had to space them out so they line up properly. So we get that, and then that makes the torches work. And I can actually take the banner and do the same thing. So that the banner flaps in the wind. Drag all these in to the map. Save this. then I don't actually have to redo this whole thing. What I can do is I can go to where my animation is at, the banner. I can actually just go to my banner here and I can add component animator. And then I'm going to just attach this banner animator that's there. Get rid of the actual one that was there earlier too. And now I have it kind of moving in the wind. Now, those are just some things you can use to customize and like really flesh out your game. But there's more than just that kind of stuff, right? All that was optional. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but it can really like sell your game and make it look really cool. So we go into sprites and you dig around in here, you can find some different things. You can also just go online and find different art. You can just Google, free pixel art that you can use. But I actually provide you a link for additional assets. If you check Google Classroom, it'll be there. Here in my class. So we go to artwork, and you can see there's these different pixel platformer world ones. There's different backgrounds, and you can preview and see what they look like. There's animated objects, so you can add in, change what you have here and add and change your enemies as well. So you can use this weird brown monster if you want to as your enemy. You can change your hero, your player, to one of these guys if you wanted to. And then there's different tile sets for different kind of maps they can work with as well. We can find different items. Now, the art style is different than the one that we have, but it's not the end of the world. You can still, customize it and use one of these. You also in here have some audio, some music. So I have different sound effects packs, different music loops that you can use. Pixel music, like dungeon music or battle music you can use. Pixel sound effects. You get the point. So you can add those and replace the parts in your scene and really customize it and make it look really cool. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks.